Hello and welcome back to the Language of Leadership. I'm your host, Chuck Marting, and today we're kicking off week one of our 30-day challenge inspired by the science of getting rich by Wallace Wattles. This week is all about laying the foundation for success. We'll be setting our intentions, establishing powerful habits, and preparing our minds to receive the wealth we desire and to make these principles come alive. I'm going to be sharing some stories and some illustrations for each one of these concepts. So let's get started. So let's start with your day one. Day one of this 30-day challenge is just setting our intentions. So it's going to be all about setting the stage for the next 30 days of this challenge. So before we can start attracting wealth, we need to set clear intentions. So what do you want to achieve during this challenge? Why is wealth important to you? I want you to take a few moments today to really think about these questions. Write down your answers and keep them close. They'll serve you as your guiding light throughout this challenge. Now, I want to share a story of a friend of mine. Her name is Sarah. And Sarah has always dreamed of starting her own business, but she kept putting it off because she didn't believe she could do it. So one day she decided to set a clear intention. Within 1 year, she would launch her business. She wrote it down and she committed to taking small steps every day towards that goal. By the end of the year, Sarah not only launched her business, but she exceeded her financial goals. Her clear intention guided her every step of the way. Like Sarah, when your intentions are clear, the universe aligns to help you achieve them. So, on day one, your task is simple, but it's powerful. Set your intentions. Now, let's look at day two of the 30-day challenge for the science of getting rich. Visualization. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools we have in manifesting our desires. Wallace Wattles emphasizes the importance of seeing wealth as already being a reality in your life. When you visualize, you're not just daydreaming, you're actively creating the conditions for your success. I remember hearing about Jim Carrey's famous visualization story. Before he was a successful actor, Jim Carrey wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and he dated it for Thanksgiving of 1995. He kept that check in his wallet and he would visualize and look at it daily about receiving that amount and what it would feel like. By Thanksgiving of 1995, he had earned exactly $10 million for his role in the movie Dumb and Dumber. One day, I want you to be able to realize the same thing. I want you on day two to take 10 to 15 minutes to visualize your ideal life of abundance. See yourself living in your dream home, driving the car you love, giving generously to causes you care about, and enjoying financial freedom. What will that look like? How will it feel? Engage all your senses in this exercise. Remember, the more vividly you can see it, the more real it will become. On day three, we're going to practice gratitude. Gratitude is the gateway to abundance. When you're thankful for what you have, you're telling the universe that you're ready to receive more. Wallace Wattles teaches us that the law of gratitude is a natural principle that draws us closer to what we desire. I once read about a man named John Kralik who, during a particular difficult period in his life, he decided to write a thank you note every day for a year. This simple practice transformed his life. He began to see opportunities he had previously overlooked, and he attracted new clients to his struggling law firm. Gratitude shifted his focus from what was wrong to what was right, and it opened doors to abundance. So I want to encourage you to start a daily gratitude journal. Each morning or evening, write down three things that you're grateful for. Focus on areas of abundance in your life. By recognizing and appreciating these things, you're creating more space for wealth to flow into your life. So, day four. Day four is the study of the science of getting rich. So, on that day, on day four, the task is straightforward and it's essential. Study the science of getting rich, whether you prefer reading or listening to it. Take time today to absorb a chapter of the book. Pay attention to what Wallace Wattles' key principles are and how they apply to your life. I want to share a story of a woman by the name of Rhonda Byrne. You might recognize her as the creator of the movie The Secret. But before that, she was going through one of the darkest periods of her life. Then she discovered the science of getting rich and was so inspired by its teachings that she used it as the foundation for the movie The Secret. This book changed her life and it led to a creation of a global phenomenon that was helping millions of people around the world. This isn't just passive reading, it's engaging with the material. So take notes, highlight passages, highlight those passages that resonate with you, and think about how you can implement these teachings in your daily life. On day five, you're going to practice affirmations for wealth. You see, affirmations are a powerful way to reprogram your subconscious mind and align it with your wealth goals. So on day five, you'll create and begin reciting daily affirmations that reinforce the principles of the science of getting rich. There's a story about a man by the name of Scott Adams. He was the creator of Dilbert, the comic strip. Before achieving success, Scott used affirmations to reprogram his mind. He would write down, I, Scott Adams, will become a successful syndicated cartoonist. He did this 15 times a day. Despite numerous rejections, he kept affirming his success, and eventually, his dream became a reality. Your affirmation should be positive, present tense statements that reflect your wealth reality. Recite these affirmations every morning and throughout the day. Remember, your words have power. Use them to create the wealth you desire. On day six, you're going to clarify your vision. Now that we've set our intentions and we've visualized our success, establish daily practices of gratitude and affirmation. It's time to get crystal clear on your vision for wealth. What does getting rich mean to you? On this day, I want you to write down your specific financial goals. Be as detailed as possible. How much money do you want? By when? What will you do with it? Let me tell you about a woman named Oprah Winfrey. You see, Oprah's story is well known, but what many people don't know is that she's always had a clear vision of her future. Even when she was struggling, she knew she was destined for greatness. She would visualize herself on stage sharing her message with millions. Her clear vision guided her every decision and action, leading her to become one of the most influential people in the world. This vision will serve you as your roadmap throughout this challenge. Whenever you feel lost or unsure, return to this vision to remind yourself of where you're heading. On day seven, you're going to reflect and reset. So, the first thing I want to tell you when you get to day seven is congratulations. You've completed your first week of our 30-day challenge. This is no small feat, guys, and it's important to take a moment to reflect on your progress. On day seven, it's all about evaluating how the first week went. What went well? What challenges did you face and how did you feel each day? I want to share with you a story about Thomas Edison. You see, you've probably heard about Thomas Edison and that he failed 1,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb. But what's more important to note is that he didn't view these as failures. He saw each attempt as a step closer to his success. He would reflect on what didn't work, adjust his approach, and then try again. That's the mindset we want to cultivate. Use this time to reset your intentions, if needed, and make any adjustments to your approach. The important thing is to stay committed to keep moving forward. Take pride in your progress and what you've done so far, and get ready to dive into week two. And you need to dive into week two with a renewed energy and focus. Now, this is going to wrap up week one of our 30-day challenge. And I hope these stories have inspired you and have helped you connect with the principles of the science of getting rich in a very meaningful way. Remember, wealth isn't just about money. It's about the life you want to create, the impact you want to make, and the legacy you want to leave. So as you move forward, keep in mind that you are the architect of your own destiny. Every intention you set, every visualization you practice, every word of gratitude, and every affirmation you speak is a brick in the foundation of your success. You have the power to create the life you've always dreamed of. And it starts right here and right now. So next week, we'll be looking in the mindset of wealth and developing habits that will support your financial goals. But for now, take a moment to celebrate how far you've come. You've taken the first steps on a journey that will transform you, not just for your financial future, but your entire life. One of the things that I'm going to challenge you to do is from our friend Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor loved this book. And in fact, I'm going to leave a link for you to be able to hear Bob teach this principle on the science of getting rich. In fact, he has a workbook that's going to be there, and he has a lot of different tools there. Download the book, download that workbook, read it. It's word for word the same book that The Science of Getting Rich, but it's all put into a profile that you're going to be able to take in line by line. You're going to be able to follow through with him as on this video. And these videos are a 3-day seminar that he did on the science of getting rich. You don't have to do it all in one day, but look at those videos and listen to what he says. There's one challenge that he gave that I'm going to give to you while you're reading The Science of Getting Rich. And that is every day during the 30-day challenge, I want you to read 3 chapters every single day besides the ones that you're reading as you're reading through the book. And those chapters in this order are chapter 4, chapter 14, and chapter 7. In that order, every day for the 30-day challenge, in addition to any other reading you do. As you look at those chapters and as you read them, you'll understand why you're going to be reading these every single day in that order. Okay? But for now, as we're going through this, it's so crucially important that you stay committed, stay focused, and most importantly, you have to believe in yourself. The road ahead may have its challenges, but you are more than capable of overcoming them. You're powerful. You are worthy, and you are destined for greatness. I want to thank you for joining me today on the Language of Leadership. I'm Chuck Marting, and I'll see you next week for another episode. Let's continue this journey together, and remember, the only limit to your success is the limit you set in your mind. Now go out there and make it happen. Until next week, I want you to take care.